Welcome to Cigars and Hip Hop, a show about hip hop during its golden age era. We'll also be discussing cigars and drinks that we enjoy during the discussion. And now, let's get on with the show. Let's lay it down to this point, right? Hip hop has nothing to do with the gender,
No.
right? Hip hop has a lot to do with a struggle.
Yeah.
That's
okay.
what brought up hip hop.
That's a great point.
A fucking struggle. It didn't matter if you were a kid, a parent, or a fucking grandparent.
Yep.
I was not here, I did not know about the black experience in the U.S. I learned that through hip hop.
Right.
Through those that told it.
Yeah.
I didn't learn that history shit in school.
Yeah.
So I learned it through hip hop. I learned about the struggle, So seriously, it's
right.
beyond that.
I mean, I've never been to New York, and everything I know of New York is because of hip hop.
Exactly.
Like that's where I got my New York education from was hip hop.
Well, shit, I've been, and man, I have a shit. I love New York.
Yeah. I've heard like my buddy John, who I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm gonna throw him a diss right now. Punked out on me. He was supposed to come today.
Yeah.
He was gonna join us. Him and his roommate, who's a DJ. I wanted to get him and Frank to talk. Wanted to get that DJ mind flowing, but they partied a little too much last night.
Invitation remains open.
Invitation always remains
It's all
open.
good.
But that experience of understanding New York came from hip hop. Listening to Nas's album, listening to Big L, listening to Pun, Fat Joe, DMX, Ja Rule, Jay-Z. The list goes on and on. Public Enemy, KRS-One, all these guys, Noriega and Capone, all of these guys. Like that's where I learned about Queensbridge. That's where I learned about Marcy Project,
Staten Island.
Staten Island from the greatest group of men that will ever come through hip hop, the Wu-Tang Clan. But it's just a.
It's not gender centric.
It's not. It's not. It can't be. It has to be about the hits, right?
Yeah.
It has to be about the music.
I'm gonna ask a question then. If Lord Jamal, I'm gonna say that about Eminem and being gay. First of all, I really don't give a shit if he's gay or not.
Right.
But why pull some shit like that out of the air? It's like in elementary school when you be playing, talking shit to each other, and you be like, that guy got more than you. He got on the fresh shoes and everything, and you'd say something to him. You can't fuck with him because of what he got on,
right.
Or he could dance real good, or he a good athlete. So you say something, yeah, but that's why your daddy dead.
Right.
That's why your mama dead. You would say some shit to, I'm really gonna cut him to the bone. I'm gonna get this motherfucker mad. And that's kind of like what I'm feeling.
Yeah.
Like, I really don't have nothing that I can really fuck with you about. So I'm just gonna pull something out the air and say, oh yeah, you gay, you like men.
Yeah, exactly. That's
who gives a shit?
Yeah, And like I said, I feel like that's the it's kind of like it's the desperation bone.
Mm-hmm. We had this cat in school. I'm not gonna say his name because I'm still friends with him to this day. But in elementary school, his mom was dead.
Yeah.
And we always wanted to get him mad.
That's what you
All
said.
we had to say was, that's why your mama dead. That motherfucker be ready to fight. He be ready to go. And you knew that was the only thing you had, the trigger.
The trigger.
And and he's looking for a trigger. He's looking for something that's gonna just get under that skin.
Right.
That's gonna try to, honestly, all Eminem gotta do is be like, let me look at my checkbook. Oh, I'm doing swell.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna worry about it.
When your checkbook could crush someone's life,
exactly,
it's not necessarily a fair battle.
I'm living up on the hill in the big house, and you living in an apartment somewhere.
Right. Like, I'm gonna go have lobster and shrimp with Dre,
and you're having a fillet of fish.
We can talk later.
Yeah.
Well, I guess this brings me to my next topic for us to chat about.
Sure.
Right? We're gonna talk a little bit about family. Dr. Dre's family, to be specific. Warren G, who in my opinion, is a top 3 producer in hip hop forever.
Mm-hmm.
Regulators, the song Regulators. It's just interesting. I don't know where I think I saw this online somewhere. Regulators, is it a top 5 hip hop song of all time?
No.
No?
Is it?
Is it? No, I'm saying, do you think
To us?
to you guys, like, do you think Regulators is a top 5 hip hop song of all time? You know what?
Oh,
I'm gonna say yes. I'm gonna say yes.
I can't say yes or no.
Well,
Because it's fucking, now that you done brought it up, I'm fucking in my head saying, just hit the east side and the LBC.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just like, the fucking song was so damn catchy.
It's
It
a song that,
was the West Coast summertime,
yeah.
right?
It's a song that everybody in hip hop knows.
It was a song everybody got happy when Nate Dogg seen Warren G getting jacked for his Rolex. They took my ring, they took my Rolex.
Right.
You know, I mean, dude,
I mean,
the song was dope as fuck.
it is.
Would the song still be the same if it didn't have that Michael McDonald sample on
That's
it?
I don't know.
No.
I don't think so. I think it's a
No.
That's the question.
well, I think it's a
That's the fucking question.
I think that song is what we call the perfect storm.
Right.
Everything came to get like Warren G
Yeah.
and Warren G on the song,
Uh-huh.
Nate Dogg on the hook,
Dun, dun, dun.
and that sample. But he's the one that he did that sample himself. Like, you know, he produced that himself. So it's a lot of perfection. It's the perfect storm, really. But I mean, you think about it. It's like you said, with Chris. Like, you can automatically start word for word knowing that song. Like, your top 5. Like, think about your guys' top 5 songs, right? Do you know those songs like lyric for lyric, like you do Regulators?
All right, so
No.
I don't know that song
No.
lyric for lyric.
Right.
But
Not
I'll
gonna
tell you
lie.
from the DJ standpoint,
Yeah.
I can't. That is on my top 10 to play,
Yeah.
right?
So you'll say top
Like,
10 play.
Yeah, top 10,
song.
top 10 to play because I
Okay.
know it'll get the crowd going.
That's yeah.
It brings back memories. Now, in terms of, I don't know, like you're putting it up on hip hop. You know, I don't
Yeah.
know. I mean, there's just so much going on there.
I mean, there are a lot. Obviously, there are a lot of songs, right? But I feel like this song itself, like from the initial sound of it, you know what song it is. From when you hear, even if you came into that song in the middle of that song, you would know what that song
Oh, yeah.
is.
Yeah.
Like, you hear Nate Dogg on it, you hear Warren G on it, you know what song that is automatically. I feel like it's a top 5 song of all time. I mean,
I honestly can say it's one of those songs that when it comes on, you don't change the station.
right, exactly. You don't change it, right?
You listen to the whole
Yeah.
song and you sing along with it, and you know your verses and truth.
Right.
Whether if you come in the beginning, middle, or end, you know your verses,
Right.
and it's very catchy. And I'm my top 10.
Top 10? Yeah,
my top 10.
I definitely think it's a it has its place in hip hop.
But remember before though, Regulators. Remember it was Warren G,
Yeah.
Mr. Grimm,
Yeah.
and Nate Dogg.
Yeah.
And apparently, I don't know if the rumor is true or not, but they said Mr. Grimm didn't like the idea of Nate Dogg singing.
Mm.
He didn't think the mixture was good with the group. What was it? 213.
213 Snoop,
213,
Snoop, Warren G. But that was when Warren G was more of the DJ.
Yeah.
He was more of the DJ, and then Snoop and Nate were more of the lyricists of the group. You know,
Yeah.
obviously, you know.
And I can still remember the video with Mr. Grimm floating over the pool, you know, rapping and doing his little thing and everything.
Uh-huh.
And it's just like overnight, you never saw Mr. Grimm again. Next thing you know, you see
Right.
Warren G and Nate Dogg just blowing up all over the fucking
Yeah.
place. And I don't know, man. That song Regulators is just, it'll always hold a special, just, you know, special part in hip hop because it was just, I don't know, even when it came out, it was just something different.
Yeah.
His voice, the music that you, I don't even think, has anybody ever sampled that Michael McDonald song before?
I think that Michael McDowell song had just came out. I think he was the first to sample it.
Man.
But I know, you know,
it's a
Dr.
classic.
Yeah, I mean, Dr. Dre obviously started the that kind of production, but Warren G is the creator of the G-Funk
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
sound. Like,
Well, let's just say, and that's why I was mentioning, would this song be this? Would this Regulator song be the same without Michael McDonald?
right.
I think the fact that Michael McDonald's sample was on it, I think it brought generations
I think
closer
so.
to hip hop.
Yeah.
Because an R&B generation would have never maybe listened to hip hop that closely when you start mixing it with hip hop.
I mean, I definitely, every time I heard that Michael McDonald sound, I'm always like, God, I wish that was Warren G's song, not his song. Not to knock him or anything, but like, when I was growing up, I was more of a hip hop fan than an R&B fan. And I wish there was video of Warren G creating this beat. Like,
But I'm glad that you. It was kind of. I think it's interesting that you segue from, what Lord Jamar had said about Eminem, right? And then here we are with Regulators using a white guy,
Yeah.
No, Michael McDonald ain't white.
Well, actually, people didn't even know he was white until they saw the video of him.
Yeah.
They're like, oh shit. There's another dude too that's, oh God, I can't remember the guy.
I know who you talking
You know
about.
what I'm talking about.
I know who you talking about. But I don't know his name. Fuck.
No, not play that music. Not cool in the band.
No, it ain't
You know
cool
what
in
I'm
the
talking
game.
about,
But
right?
I know the white dude you talking about.
And
That motherfucker. Dude, I just found out this year he was white.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
And it messed up your life, right?
Talk about.
it fucked my head.
I can't
up.
remember the name of the song.
I just upgraded my phone, dude, and I lost a lot of my music.
We're gonna pause. We're gonna pause for a second.
Yeah.
It's recording. We're gonna pause until we find it. We gotta talk about this.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
We'll pause. I gotta take a piss. Oh, what's that motherfucking name? In the song.
I'm gonna get it.
Oh
shit. It's
Oh,
empty.
okay.
It's empty.
Let's do.
Oh, got it.
What?
Bobby Caldwell.
Bobby Caldwell.
Bobby Caldwell.
That is that
Bobby
motherfucker's
Caldwell.
name.
Yes.
That is his name. Bobby
Bobby
Caldwell.
Caldwell.
oh man,
It's
Bobby
this song.
Caldwell. I'm even hearing it for the first time.
No, you'll know the song when you hear it.
for sure.
Yeah. Don't go.
Oh shit, for real?
Just yeah.
What? No way. That's the white dude.
Yes.
Get the fuck out of here.
Bobby, that is that motherfucker's name. Bobby Caldwell.
Every time I see that Bob's Burger, my mom used to work at the original one.
No shit.
Yeah, she was a
In
waitress.
Burbank?
Yeah, she was a waitress there, and at the original Bob's Big Boy. She has one too, at the house that she got when she was working there, and yeah, we would go there. We go back there when we go to LA. We'll go back there and she'll just reminisce a little bit about it.
Dude, I go every time I'm in LA. If I'm there longer than 3 or 4 days, I think it's Thursday night.
Yeah.
I go because all the dudes come out with their old cars.
Oh yeah. The old school night.
The old school night. And my wife liked it because she used to go when she was a kid, and her dad, her dad was cheap, but she loved hot chocolate, and he would never let her get whipped cream on it.
Right, but they always
did it. And so we'd go, she'd always be like, I gotta get my hot chocolate with my whipped cream. Yeah, fucking, I love Bob's, man.
Yeah, that's my mom used to work there.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That shit. Bobby Caldwell.
Bobby Caldwell, yeah. That's everyone's like, that ain't no oh shit, he's a white boy.
Dude, I was watching YouTube and the dude was playing that song. He said, I'm about to fuck you guys up. And I'm just saying, like, what the fuck? He was like, you guys will never know. And he showed the pitch. He said, this is who's singing this song. And my jaw dropped. I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah.
But yeah, dude got a soulful ass voice. I swear, I thought he was a brother all these years.
That used to be one of my my late nights. I'd be coming home from work, when I was working at Sega, and I'd be driving home at like 12 o'clock at night, on the freeway, and I like to listen to like the soul music on my way home.
Yeah.
I play that shit, roll down my windows, turn up my radio hella loud, put on my heater, and just cruise 280. And I just be like, oh, you just feel yourself when you listen to that song. You're just like,
It just make you feel hella good.
And then Tupac also sampled that song.
Really?
He has a song on his "Are You Still Down" album that he made when it was put out after he died. But yeah, it's called "Do for Love," where they sample.
What you want? That's right. That's right.
They
That's
sample
right.
that song. Yeah,
That sure does.
That's actually that song is what got me into the original song. But yeah,
Bobby Caldwell.
motherfucker,
That's
Bobby
crazy.
Caldwell. Yeah, that's one of my favorite joints of all time. So yes, please, listeners, whoever's listening, go out and find the history of those songs and enjoy them.
I mean, I think if a lot of more people really listened to music and just dissected it,
Right.
you would be so fucking amazed at some of, you'd be like, oh my God, that's this song. Oh my God, that's, but people don't. They just think it's just a whole bunch of kids just talking shit about killing people and all. It's so much more to it.
Yeah.
When you think of all these different artists that, what was I don't know if you guys listen to satellite radio.
Every now and then.
But I listen to, every now and then. I mostly stream just from my phone. But I listen to LL Cool J's Rock the Bells.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a little bit called Salute the Sample.
Oh, okay.
And they did, remember that song, damn. Too Short did it. It's a Bootsy Collins song, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But they played Bootsy's song first, and then they played Too Short after.
Mm-hmm.
And when you listen to Too Short, you actually could hear word for word of what Bootsy was saying, just because I remembered the song.
Right.
But it's Bootsy's Rubber Band, and I'm instead of me going along with Too Short, I'm going along with Bootsy, you know. And you just start listening to other types of music, and you'll be like, oh man, shit. Fucking Marvin Gaye did this.
Mm-hmm. Right.
Oh fuck, the Temptations did this. It's crazy.
Well, it's like so like Childish Gambino has that Redbone song,
Right.
which is it's like an ode to Bootsy Collins. I'd rather be with you.
I love that motherfucker.
That hit. I'd rather be with you is like one of my top 5 favorite songs of all time.
Yeah.
But who else used that?
What's that?
Who else used that song?
Oh.
I'd rather fuck you.
Oh, yeah.
I'd rather fuck with you.
But I had told my buddy at work, I was like, you guys know that Redbone is basically Bootsy Collins. They're like, what? And that's why I played Bootsy Collins, and you could hear immediately from because like his beat is it's like a remix of Bootsy Collins' version. But yeah, I mean,
I can't stand the rain. It's the same thing.
But like just to go back to like Warren G, like that's like it was just the perfect storm. Like Michael McDonald's song, Warren G and Nate Dogg. It's it's like Ice Cube said, it ain't a hit till Nate Dogg's on
it. For real. Or look at Dre with Let Me Ride.
Right, with the Funkadelics.
Right. Funkadelics. That was fucking George Clinton.
Yeah.
What was it? Swing Down the Cherry Stop.
Yeah.
I mean, dude, but again, we talking about almost two of the same people, Dr. Dre and Warren G.
Yeah.
Dre had it first, and it's just like Warren G picked up the baton and ran with it too,
Yeah, it's crazy.
He's an excellent producer.
It's crazy that Dre, I was like, when I was reading about this, and he's like, he didn't want to put Warren G on. Like, he didn't want Warren G signed to Death Row.
Yep.
He didn't want, because Suge was going to sign him, and they didn't want to. He didn't want him on Death Row, and not because he didn't like him, or he wanted him to be his own man. He wanted him to be his own producer. He didn't want them to he wanted Warren G. And this is all me guessing that this is what he wanted, but I felt like he was like, go out there and be your own person. Don't follow me.
Do you think though maybe he was thinking too? I don't want, because what Warren G's like his half brother, right?
Half brother, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want my little half brother exposed to this bullshit
It
that's
could be.
going on.
It could be he was looking out for him too. Yeah.
Because if anything, only thing I really knew about Death Row that was disturbing to me. I mean, it was a lot of. I grew up in the LA gang shit, so I knew a lot of shit that happened. But when I want to say she was a photographer, and I think Suge beat her ass. He gave her black eyes, and I wouldn't want my little brother.
Right.
I would want,
I want myself looking at that.
Yeah, I don't want to see that shit. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So that's all I could think of. Maybe Dre was like, yeah, I want you to make your own name. I want you to do this and that and that. But also, I don't want you around this bullshit. I done got myself mixed up with this shit, and I'm trying to figure out how to get out. I don't even want you in the beginning.
Yeah. But however, I will take that Snoop Dogg and Nate Dogg off your hands.
Oh yeah, I'll take those two.
And I'll take them, and I'll go ahead and take that off your hands.
But honestly, do you think Warren G would be Warren G if there was no Snoop Dogg and Nate Dogg?
I don't know. I mean, I think they definitely all pushed each other to be better. And God bless the dead. With Nate Dogg, like, he is a once in a lifetime talent. Mm-hmm. There is nobody ever like that had his voice. Like,
that motherfucker did a collaboration with everybody.
Yeah, there is.
Everybody wanted to do a song with him.
And every song he's done,
yeah,
but every song he's done has never been. It's always been, a hit.
Right.
Like, he's never not been on a good song. You know what I mean? And
never.
That's not. And I don't know if that's because. And I have to believe that it's because he is on that song. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you think about it too, it's like he did music with East Coast, West Coast, South, North, like Midwest. Like, he is a once in a lifetime talent, and I've never seen anybody come through hip hop who is even close to that.
We talking about Nate Dogg, right?
Talking about Nate Dogg.
Yeah.
The most calm, mellow person you think about, just his voice, that monotone, just know. But to not get it twisted,
well, I heard he was a
hardcore ass gamer.
I heard he was raw.
That motherfucker said on an interview when they were talking about all the stuff that went on at Death Row. He said, "Yeah, I seen that shit." He said, and that's why I never went to the studio without my gun. He said, "Cause they weren't gonna do that shit to me." He said, "I sit back and I seen what happened." But he said, they didn't bring that shit to me. He said, because if I had my pistol, I had my piece.
Yeah.
And no doubt in my mind, I think he probably would have used it if he needed to. But I give him so much love and respect because he just didn't seem like he went out to start shit.
No,
he was there if it needed to happen.
Yeah,
but I ain't going to throw the first blow. I'm going to let y'all motherfuckers see what y'all got, and then I'm going to go ahead and lay the shit down.
I mean, that Dog Pound Gang, that was, man, it's just so many legends on that roster, and then just the subside from that, like the people who were, like Nate Dogg like Warren G and even like Exhibit, people who were affiliated with them as well. It's just it was a very magical time for fans to hear that kind of stuff, because you just don't, the Dog Pound Gang to me, which is Snoop, Corrupt, Daz, Nate Dogg, and then like I said, like the side people like Warren G, Dr. Dre, RBX, the Hitman, even though he didn't have his voice anymore, DOC, those guys, they're very much like the West Coast, like Wu-Tang Clan to me, where it's just like you have a group of people who are just like, all they do is just make hits. All they do is just make like the greatest music that my ears could ever hear.
Anthems, right? West Coast anthems.
It was the West Coast anthems. Yeah, it was just it was an amazing time to listen to. For sure.
The thing about Nate Dogg to me was that he made it a gangster R&B song, to hip hop, which was cool. That's what I loved about it.
Well, I'll definitely say we love Nate Dogg. That's one thing we can all agree on. We love you, Nate Dogg.
Gone well before he was due.
And I think we can all agree Regulators is a top 10 hip-hop song.
Yes.
My top 5, but top 10 total.
Yeah.
So, much love and shout out to Warren G and all that.
And what is on everybody's top 5?
Oh, man. My mind, I can't fathom, like, the only thing I can think of is in my top 5 right now is Regulators, Juicy, California Love. God, The Bridge is Over. Man, God, I'm trying to think of like 5 songs that I couldn't live without. Like right now, like, and I think it's, and I would say New York State of Mind by Nasir Jones. Like, really, those are like the 5 like I probably can't live without. But I would have to like literally sit down and like dissect, because there's so much that I'm leaving out from like Redman, like, and then I have to go into brackets. Is this song better than this song? Can I live without this song? So that's my loose.
Mm-hmm.
I say it's my very loose top 5.
Yeah.
But like, you know, there's so much there to try to digest, because I have to look at every generation of hip hop. Like,
Yeah.
I got to go back to like the early '80s. You know, you got Rockbox, which is like, if that song comes on, I don't turn the station. You know, and then I have to go into like the early '90s when you hear Tribe for the first time.
Yep.
When you heard like Scenario, you know what I mean? Like, and then you have to go into like the mid '90s when I heard, you know, God, like when I heard everything. Like, that's really like when I heard Farside for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
When I heard Souls of Mischief for the first time. Like Del the Funky Homo Sapien. Like all their music. Like, oh my God, I can't even digest. Like, I literally have to try to break this down by region and like years and
The early '90s, I want to liken to like the Renaissance of rap.
Sure. Yeah.
It was so much shit coming out, man. I mean, you had groups, the Fushnikins,
right.
Yeah.
Shaquille O'Neal
Shaq.
rapping.
Yeah.
You know,
What's Up, Doc?
yeah. You know, you had all these different groups coming out, man.
Yeah.
And it was just so difficult because you had artists that were on so many different styles. You had your Slick Rick, the storyteller,
Right.
and then you had your Coogee Rap, the gangster,
Right.
and then you may have Tribe Called Quest over here, happy rappers just rapping about Bonita Applebum and leaving my wallet in El Segundo. You know,
Right.
why in the fuck would you make up a song, I left my wallet in El Segundo? You know, that's some shit you talk about when you high as fuck.
Yeah. I think they actually said that they didn't even know El Segundo was a real place.
Yeah.
Like, they thought it was just like a made up place.
But to hear that shit and be like, damn. And then
Yeah.
it's crazy as fuck, but it was the beat.
Yeah.
It was catchy. It was just, you know.
It just.
I can still remember I had a box Chev with 415s in the trunk. I had my Boston Acoustic mids and tweeters, and I mean, I thought my shit was just slamming.
Was this 92?
This was like 90. No, this was about 90, 91 maybe.
Okay, I was just saying because that just sounds like a 92
But
vehicle to me.
I had my Dayton's and Vogue tires and just, you know, and I can remember driving up and down the street with Slick Rick Children's Story.
Yeah.
Just pounding. You know, my trunk rattling, probably rattled my bumper loose. But it was music and it was just, you know, it was cool ass music.
Yeah.
Can't do that shit no more.
Nah,
man.
Thank you for joining us for another episode of Cigars and Hip Hop. We'll see you next time. Peace.